Do you feel tired and worn out, with nights of sleep no longer restoring your strength, and you don't even feel happy in activities that once gave you pleasure? You may be overwhelmed, and if you don't change your life, you will end up with serious health problems. Based on the biblical and philosophical knowledge of the greatest leaders humanity has ever seen, I have gathered in this video 3 fundamental tips to help you change your life definitively and become more productive, happy, and successful. Lesson 1. Simplify life to reduce worries. In Matthew 6:34, Jesus teaches us, "Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." This verse invites us to live in the present without being consumed by anxiety about the future. Focusing on the current moment and dedicating our energy to today's tasks is the first step towards a simpler and more fulfilling life. Imagine how your life would be if, instead of trying to balance 1,000 tasks at once, you concentrated on just one with total dedication and no distractions. Couldn't you achieve levels of productivity you only dreamed of before? Throughout our existence, we all face a busy life full of worries. That's why gathering a series of meticulously chosen lessons and quotes can empower you to live fully without unnecessary worries that undermine not only your happiness, but also your emotional stability. According to Marcus Aurelius, nothing belongs to you more than your own mind, so make it beautiful. This quote reminds us of the importance of simplifying our mind and environment to find inner peace. Living without complications is the first step to liberation. Shedding the unnecessary layers we accumulate over the years is like removing a heavy cloak that prevents us from moving forward with lightness. No longer being overwhelmed by the crushing weight of material possessions or superfluous commitments allows us to focus on the essentials, those things that truly add value to our lives. The power of focus. Discovering our priorities is a revelation. Before, we often find ourselves scattered in 1,000 different directions, trying to meet others' expectations and chasing dreams that are not ours. By taking a pause and reflecting on what truly matters, we find a new focus. When our actions align with our deepest values and goals, we gain a sense of purpose and direction. Eliminating the superfluous is like freeing up space in the mind and heart for what is truly meaningful. Get rid of toxic relationships, activities that only consume time without bringing genuine happiness, and future worries that only exist in the imagination. Invest in authentic relationships and passions that nourish the soul. Learn to live in the present moment without the burden of the past or anxiety for the future. Jesus taught us not to worry about tomorrow because each day has its own troubles. Matthew 6:34. He exhorts us to trust God to meet our daily needs, simplifying our minds and hearts. Living a life of faith instead of being dominated by anxieties is essential to simplifying life. Less is more. Simplicity as an art of living. The wonderful simplicity of living without complications is a concept often neglected in our society. As Epictetus reminds us, do not expect events to happen as you wish. Decide to wish for events to happen as they do, and you will have a tranquil life. Reducing mental noise is the first step in this journey towards a simpler and more meaningful life. Start by filtering out the distractions that flood the mind. Eliminate excess notifications on your phone. Stop following social media accounts that only add to the noise, and learn to say no to unnecessary commitments. The practice of mindfulness is crucial. Instead of being carried away by the flow of thoughts and emotions, learn to observe them without judgment and return to the present moment repeatedly. Whoever has a why to live for can bear almost any how, said Nietzsche. Focus on what you can do today to build a better future instead of wasting energy on unproductive worries. Leave the past behind and live in the present moment. Each new day is an opportunity to start anew, free from the chains of yesterday. Lesson 2. The only certainty is change. Life is full of ups and downs, moments of happiness and sadness, gains and losses. Often we struggle against the current, trying to hold on to what brings us comfort and avoid what causes us pain. But what if we embrace the impermanence of life? What if we accepted that nothing is permanent, not even the greatest joys or the deepest pains? By understanding and accepting this universal truth, we can free ourselves from many worries and live with more tranquility and wisdom. Embrace impermanence, a key to inner freedom. Understanding that everything in life is temporary can be a transformative revelation. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said, "Nothing belongs to you more than your own mind, so make it beautiful." By embracing impermanence, we recognize that we cannot control external events, but we can control our reactions to them. This acceptance allows us to live in the present, letting go of worries about the future or regrets about the past. Accepting impermanence means understanding that everything, whether good or bad, will eventually pass. The deepest joys and the most intense pains are temporary. This realization helps us not to cling excessively to things and people, allowing us to live more lightly and focused on the present. The wisdom of the Stoics and the acceptance of life's flow. The Stoics believed that the key to a tranquil life lay in accepting the transient nature of all things. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, advised, "Do not expect events to happen as you wish. Decide to wish for events to happen as they do, and you will have a tranquil life." This wisdom invites us to accept reality as it is, rather than fighting against it. When we stop resisting the inevitable changes of life, we find a profound serenity. This philosophy is not just theoretical but practical. Consider the experience of someone who loses a job. Instead of despairing, by accepting the situation as a natural part of life's flow, that person can find new opportunities and perspectives that were not visible before. Letting go of external circumstances and accepting the present moment provides us with unwavering resilience in the face of life's challenges. Biblical teachings on impermanence and trust in God. The Bible also offers valuable lessons on impermanence and trust in God. In the book of Ecclesiastes, we find the famous passage, "To everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven," Ecclesiastes 3:1. This verse reminds us that life is made up of cycles and that each phase has a purpose. Accepting this truth can help us navigate changes with more confidence and peace. Jesus, in his teachings, urged us not to worry about tomorrow, for each day has enough trouble of its own. Matthew 6:34. By trusting God to meet our daily needs and living in the present, we can alleviate the burden of worries about the future. This trust in divine providence allows us to accept impermanence with a tranquil heart. Impermanence and personal growth. Find beauty in change. Accepting impermanence does not mean passive resignation, but rather an opportunity for personal growth. Impermanence teaches us to value the present moment and find beauty in life's constant changes. When we understand that nothing is permanent, we learn to appreciate moments of joy more intensely and face challenges as opportunities for learning and growth. Marcus Aurelius also reminds us that the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. By cultivating a mindset that accepts impermanence, we can transform our lives from the inside out. For example, when facing the loss of a loved one, we can find solace in the shared memories and gratitude for the time spent together, instead of being trapped in the pain of loss. Lesson 3. Value. True relationships. Have you ever felt stuck in relationships that drain your energy and cause more stress than joy? We all go through such moments where the complexity of human interactions can become a constant source of worry. However, by focusing on cultivating authentic and meaningful relationships, we can transform our lives in surprising ways. Today, let's explore how valuing and investing in genuine relationships can simplify your life and bring a profound sense of well-being. Valuing authentic and meaningful relationships. Living without complications involves the practice of eliminating the superfluous, and this includes relationships that do not benefit us. According to Marcus Aurelius, nothing belongs to you more than your own mind, so make it beautiful. This means we must protect our inner peace by keeping close only those relationships that truly nourish and uplift us. The power of true connections. In a world where quantity is often valued more than quality, it is easy to fall into the trap of maintaining many superficial connections. However, these interactions often do not bring the deep satisfaction we seek. Epictetus advises us, free yourself from toxic relationships and activities that only consume your time without bringing genuine happiness. When we focus on nurturing true and deep connections, we find emotional support that can transform our outlook on life. Imagine how it would be if instead of surrounding yourself with people who only drain your energy, you carefully chose those who truly care about you and support you in times of need. This support circle not only provides comfort and security, but also stimulates personal growth and fulfillment. Historical and philosophical examples. Stoic philosophy teaches us much about the importance of authentic relationships. Epictetus, for example, emphasizes that we should choose our associations wisely. He reminds us that the key to a happy life lies in cultivating authentic relationships and distancing ourselves from those who bring us negativity. This means that by consciously choosing to surround ourselves with people who share our values and goals, we can create a more harmonious and less complicated environment. Jesus Christ also taught about the importance of genuine relationships. He chose a small, dedicated group of disciples to walk with him, showing that the depth and quality of connections are more valuable than quantity. In John 15:13, he said, "Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends." This sacrificial and genuine love is what we should seek in our relationships. The practice of detachment and the pursuit of authenticity. To live without complications, it is essential to practice detachment from relationships that do not add value. This can be difficult, especially when we are used to certain people or when we fear being alone. However, by detaching from what is toxic or superficial, we make room for more meaningful relationships. Free yourself from toxic relationships and activities that only consumed your time without bringing genuine happiness, Marcus Aurelius reminds us. By doing this, we can focus on cultivating friendships that support and inspire us. These authentic relationships are those that help us grow, challenge us to be better, and stand by us in moments of joy and sorrow. Investing in meaningful connections. By simplifying your interpersonal relationships, you will find more time and energy to invest in connections that truly matter. This involves clear and honest communication, where expectations and boundaries are respectfully established. When we communicate openly, we avoid misunderstandings and create an environment of mutual trust. Moreover, investing quality time in our relationships is crucial. This means being present, actively listening, and showing appreciation. Small gestures of kindness and attention can further strengthen these bonds, creating a solid foundation for a simpler and more meaningful life. The wisdom of great thinkers. Great thinkers throughout history have taught us the value of authentic relationships. Dale Carnegie, in his classic How to Win Friends and Influence People, emphasizes the importance of genuinely being interested in others. He says, "You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you." This sincere and interested approach creates strong and lasting bonds. Napoleon Hill, in The Law of Success, speaks about the importance of a mastermind alliance, where individuals come together to achieve a common goal. He states that these alliances are based on trust, mutual respect, and cooperation, essential elements for any meaningful relationship. Conclusion: cultivate authentic relationships and transform your life. Valuing and investing in authentic and meaningful relationships is a powerful way to simplify your life and find true happiness. By surrounding yourself with people who support and inspire you, you create an environment of peace and growth. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius: "Nothing belongs to you more than your own mind, so make it beautiful." Invest time and energy in genuine connections, practice detachment from toxic relationships, and be present for those who truly matter. By doing this, you will find that life becomes lighter, fuller, and richer in meaning. Simplify your interpersonal relationships and see how your life transforms for the better.